Hey, what's going on? It's Bill Burr. It's time for the Thursday afternoon, just before Friday, Monday morning podcast. And I'm just checking in on you. What's going on? How are you? There's some happy people out there. There's some sad people out there. It was a wonderful couple of days of soccer here in the World Cup. France beats Belgium. And England falls to Croatia. It's coming home. It's coming home. I finally looked it up to see, why did they keep saying that it's coming home? You know, I immediately assumed, obviously England must have won the most championships, and this is their arrogant fucking way of being this is where it rightfully belongs. Kind of like when the Yankees win a World Series, and then all those fucking talking heads on ESPN will go, and everything is right in baseball again. It's why? Why? Because a $200 million team won a fucking playoff series? Playoffs? Turns out that's not what it is. Evidently, the game of soccer, or footy, whatever the fuck you call it, evidently it was, according to the English, it was created in England. They were the ones who decided, despite the fact that you have 4 limbs, you can only use 2. They wanted a degree of difficulty. They weren't like the animals over here, where we get bored and they're like, pick it up. Tackle him, which meant jump on his back and throw him to the fucking ground. No, tackle over there is you trip somebody. You stick your foot out and you trip them. So evidently it started over there. That's what they're saying. So that's what it meant. Because I thought it meant that they had the most championships. And then I looked up all-time World Cup champions. All right, what you got to do. How the fuck do you not to do? I don't give a fuck what the sport is. I want to know who dominated. Turns out Brazil. Since 1930, they won the most. They've won 5. 58, 62, 70, 94, and 2002, which is a fucking lot considering it's every 4 years. How many have there been? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 20. This is the 21st one, and they've won 20. They've won fucking, was that 20% of them? 25% of them? Then Germany. They got 4. Italy has 4. Oh, they should have had 5 in 94. I remember that one. Argentina, hand of God. That guy, whatever his name was, the hell was that guy's name? Diego or some shit. What the fuck was his name? I used to know his name. Yeah, one of those fucking names where it's just like, the second they gave him his name, it's just like pussy is going to be raining down on this guy. Right? I forget. Hand of God guy. That guy. It was weird. He was in shape and he also looked fat. What the fuck was his name? Diego Aragamo or something like that? I can't fucking remember. Then, I hope I say this right. I always thought it was Uruguay. Uruguay won it twice. And then England, France, and Spain have all won it once. That's interesting because I thought Spain was a powerhouse. And I would have thought England won a bunch way back in the day when it was probably just a bunch of white guys running around. Right? And, I also don't, so that's why they say it's coming home. It's not some arrogant shit. It's like, hey, this game that the whole world loves? Not to pat ourselves on the back, but guess what? We came up with it. It's our shit. Okay? Everything, it's not just all about colonization, the caste system, and enslaving people of other colors around the world. It's not just about, that's not all we did. Okay? Hey, you want to focus on the negative, you can do that, okay? But you can't deny that the beautiful game of football, known as soccer over here in the States, as we sit around eating Arby's, right, was evidently created in England. I don't know when they did it. You'd think for it to have a World Cup by 1930, for it to sweep the fucking nation. Wait a minute. They also had an empire back then. Oh, I get it. So they came up with this game. They'd come in, they'd fucking take you over. they'd fucking kill a bunch of people, and everybody was like, man, these guys are fucking assholes, man. They'd be, all right, settle down. We're going to teach you a little game. All right? You can't use your arms. A lot of you had your arms chopped off because you couldn't find any gold anyways, so this is going to work real well for you. All you can use is your feet and your fucking head. And the game spread like wildfire across the globe. As England expanded her empire. I never understood why it was considered female. Was that to tone it down? There was a bunch of lunatic guys going around the world going, this is a nice place to live. Too bad there's other people here. What can we do about this? Everybody does it. Right? Everybody's done it since the beginning of time. You go back far enough in history books. This is what all guilty white people do. Everybody, Africans enslaved other Africans. They always say that shit. Try to get past it. It's like the Billy Joel song. We didn't start the fire. Which has got to be the most classic fucking baby boomer response. I mean, what a fucking baby. He couldn't even take a little bit of responsibility. Hey, we didn't start everything. And then he starts naming all this shit. Half of it is like pop stars like Marilyn Monroe. What did she have to do with foreign policy? I know she fucked a couple of Kennedys, but I mean, other than that, I don't think that dictated whether or not we went into Cuba. Doris Day, fucking booze, trouble in the Suez. The fuck he must have been on blow when he wrote that song. It's like, Billy, are you going to take any responsibility for the self-centered cunts that the baby boom generation was? I'm not saying everything you did was bad. I mean, you invented the Frisbee, right? Was that you guys, or was that the greatest generation? I know somewhere in there's got to be truth, right? From the greatest generation, that generation also didn't want to play baseball with Jackie Robinson, by the way. To the baby boomers who are, widely considered the most selfish cunts, this country has ever produced, right? Just sitting around staring at their navel. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. Right? That's the same generation that gave us hippies. Patchouli, Birkenstocks. Fucking in the mud at a concert. I used to have a theory way back in the day, when they talked about HIV and AIDS, they always said that, it was somebody, they always tried something about a monkey or some shit, and some guy in France got it. I never thought it was that. I used to have a theory that, if you watch the Woodstocks tapes and you just see all those naked white people rolling around fucking each other in the mud, I mean, you can't tell me that something didn't come out of that, At least a stronger strain of the mumps. Right? So anyways, to get back to it, I was working as an actor. I was actoring the last couple of days. And I was talking to this dude going like, how come England keeps saying it's coming home when they were talking about the World Cup? And he goes, is that what they're saying, those colonizing cunts? Like, this fucking dude went off. And I was just like, white people, we're not all bad. I mean, there's some things, Look at windows, curtains, we've done some nice things. Now you can look out your house and see all the lack of opportunity right from inside your house. Without white people, am I actually taking credit for windows? I don't know. I have no idea. I don't read. Oh, speaking of which, oh my God. I said on my last podcast that the Obamas bought an $82 million house. Turned out it was an $8.1 million house. It wasn't even $8.2 million. That's how off I was. And this is my favorite thing. So now all these people are like, what? They're all going, why don't you do your fucking homework, man? Like nothing makes people flip out. Not even religion. Unless you make fun of Muslims. Then those fucking lunatics are liable to do something. But fucking, if you make fun of like a Democrat or Republican, nothing brings people out of the woodwork. So all these people are like, why don't you do your fucking homework, blah, 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 which is hilarious. This whole podcast is based on me not doing any homework, not reading whatsoever. So I'm just going to tell you political cunts out there, you got a lot of fucking nerve. A lot. I just said AIDS came from white people fucking in the mud at Woodstock. Are you going to come back at me on that one? Why don't you do your fucking homework, man? This whole podcast exists for one reason and one reason only. It's to make you feel smarter. We here at the Monday Morning Podcast, and by we, I mean me and the voices in my head that agree with me. We here at the Monday Morning Podcast set the bar so low that even you know, with that college that you went to that advertised on television and you drove yourself there and they like living there was not even an option. They didn't have dorms. They just, was your college one giant sad building looking like a high school for people in their 20s? Yeah, that's who you are. And you know what? Even you get to feel smart on this podcast. So my favorite thing is, if you go back and you listen to my podcast on Monday when I thought I was so fucking right about the Obamas buying this $82 million house, is somebody actually wrote into the podcast and goes, Bill, I love you, but why don't you do your homework? Obama just signed a $62 million book deal, okay? And this is what's fucking hilarious. He's telling me to do my homework. He didn't even do the homework to look up, to double check what the fuck I said, even say if it was true. He just took it for granted that I said $82 million house, and then he's like, he took that as truth and started looking up the guy's fucking book deal. So why don't you do your fucking homework, man? All right, for the 9 millionth time, okay, on this podcast, do not take anything I say seriously. Okay, you can disagree with it, whatever, you can correct me and all that, but just don't get upset. And don't be fucking surprised that I fucking don't read. And then my facts might be off by a good $72 million, okay? You know what you guys sound like, all you fucking political cunts out there bitching at me? You sound like all these fucking fat actresses out here who are bitching about Hollywood, acting as though they're surprised that so much of this fucking industry is based on how you look. Was that really a shocker? Had you never been to a movie? You didn't notice a trend? Do you think it's just you? You know what I mean? You fucking sloppy tits who's having a rough time. I'm a fucking bald, redheaded male. I have no sympathy for you. Nobody's knocking down their fucking door to put me in an action movie, you know? I could be Hellboy, do a fucking cycle of steroids. I already have the head. You just fucking paint it red and you're ready to go. I could do a headstand and fucking my head would turn so red you could save, it's the amount of money you'd save on makeup and time alone. Bill, do a fucking handstand. Okay, you're in this scene. Anyways, so I guess the Obamas bought an $8.1 million house, not an $82 million house. Which then led me into this whole thing, like this is his third book that he's written. It's like he was writing books while he was president. Aren't you supposed to be running the fucking country? Fucking sitting there dealing with the Russians and all this terrorist groups and all that shit, and then you're like fucking at nighttime, you take out a little legal pad. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. These fucking assholes aren't writing the books. They always got like somebody else. It's like written by Bill Clinton and the other guy who actually wrote the book. Yeah, I want to write a thriller. How about you and me write it, right? Like you'll put your name, I'll put my name on the cover, and then you like write it. What is that book about? You got to write what you know. It's got to be something about somebody fucking sneaking around on his wife, right? Sticking cigars in people. Oh, it's too on the nose. I wanted to be challenged. I wrote about a guy who was faithful. Sorry for the bad Bill Clinton. Now I guess, Bill, why don't you do your homework? The book is actually about his experiences when he was in Oxford. Oxford, in England. The home where it all started. I taped both of those games. I was working both days, so I have to go back and watch them. And I got to tell you, man, I am so fucking sold on that game now. I don't know what happened. I had so much fun making fun of soccer all these fucking years, and it's crazy. And then watching the highlights of when a goal is scored. Like my whole complaint about the sport is what makes the sport so great. The fact that scoring is so goddamn difficult. The emotion that gets let off when these people score. I mean, Jesus Christ. Like, in my country, if you dump a beer on somebody after some sort of point is scored, you're going to get into a fight. Over there, I mean, it looked like a fucking... I don't know what it looked like. It looked like a sports bar combined with the money shot in a porno. Everybody's jumping up and down, just spraying booze all over the place. Part of me, like, it kind of was a little annoying. Like, why are you wasting all that good booze? You know? Because I'm taking another month off. You know me. I impose my own little fucking sabbaticals. You know what I mean? And after that my little excursion over there to Europe, oh my God, there's just I'll that says 64. The 1664, that fucking beer tastes so goddamn good in that goddamn glass in that one cafe over there in Europe, over there in France, right? That I refuse. I've seen it over here, and I've been tempted to buy it, and it's like, I'm not going to fucking do it, because this is what happens. Like when you go to Ireland and you drink Guinness over there, and then you come back here and you want to continue it, it fucking sucks. And you know what else I did? You know what's just unbelievably, like, just on another level is Indian food in England. I went to this fucking place. The Indian food was so goddamn good. I've ordered it twice since then. Once in France, it was okay, and then I ordered it here in LA, and it fucking sucked. And I was like, I got to walk away, you know? It's like you go to Paris and you come home, you're like, you know, I'm going to have a French breakfast. I'm going to get a croissant, right? And then you go down to the fucking supermarket and you get it, and it's like somebody pulled it out of their shoe. You know? It just all goes back to the when in Rome thing. Yes, go on. You know what I mean? That's the only thing that sucks about traveling. You know what I mean? Like, I think I'm going to do a gig in Buffalo coming up. I haven't been there in fucking forever. And what's going to happen is I'm going to go to Duffy's or that other fucking place with, you know, where they came up with buffalo wings. And I'm going to eat them, and they're going to be so goddamn good. And then I'm going to come back out here, and I'm going to have that fucking crack in my system going, well, I got to get some wings out here, and I'm going to eat them, and they're going to suck. And then it's just depressing. You're like, the only place to get good wings is in Buffalo. It really is. I've never gone to any other place other than Buffalo that really knows how to make good buffalo wings. That's it. Now, I just lobbed that out there for all of you guys to lose your fucking shit. I actually went to Buffalo. I went to Duffy's. I didn't think it was that good. What you want to do is go to Cincinnati and go to fucking Muffy's. They have the best ones. I follow Joe Rogan on all social media, and he posted this really fascinating thing that within 10 minutes, I was like, I don't even know what the fuck this guy's talking about. He was talking something about fasting and how it's actually could be good for you. I mean, Dick Gregory wrote a whole bunch of books on this type of shit, right? Rest his soul. And saying how, you know, lets the organs rejuvenate and all of that type of shit. And I thought it was really fascinating until about 10 minutes in, I realized I didn't understand what the guy was talking about. And I looked at him, and he was not in the best of shape. He looked a little mushy, you know, which I would think would happen if you fasted. You'd get a little fleshy because your body would keep eating muscle. You know what I mean? I don't know. But anyways, the fuck was my point? I was talking about food. Oh, Jesus, I don't fucking know. I have no idea. Trouble in the Suez. JFK blown away. What else do I have to say? And he tips the table over like a fucking baby. Why am I talking about that? Because I was watching TV late night, and I watched all these old 80s videos. And that song came on. You know? I'm telling you, my new show is 77 Sunset Strip with Ephraim Zimbalist Jr., who I was always a big fan of because of that FBI show. And I've been, you know, I think yesterday was the first day I snapped while driving in a while, and it felt weird. And I immediately dialed it back down. And my move for all you other angry guys out there, like me, and you're not angry. You're not an angry guy. That's your default emotion. Like, you know what I mean? Like, to really be an angry guy, you just have to be like walking around seething, which I don't. I walk around totally normal, and then something happens, and I fucking flip out, you know, and have a fucking meltdown. And then it just takes people, it's so fucking over the top that everybody forgets what a great guy I was for the previous 4 hours. That's essentially what it is. And it's like a fucking 5-minute meltdown, you know? It's like, what about the other 4 hours where I was a good guy? And it's just like, no, Bill, no. What you did in that 5 minutes negated all that. It's like doing 4 hours of fucking cardio and then sitting down and eating a box of fucking Oreo cookies. It's just, you just negated all of that. It's over. You're still a fat fuck, emotionally. So anyways, I listen to baseball. I listened to the Red Sox on Sirius XM, and I actually watched, and I came home. Now it's making me watch them again. Fucking Chris Sale's a goddamn beast. You watched the game last night? When he walked that guy and he didn't think that he walked him, and he got fucking mad. So he started throwing like 98, 99 miles an hour on the corners. That crazy delivery. I don't know. We shall see. I don't know who that bum was that they brought in the fucking 8th inning that almost gave me up 4-0. And he's like, you know what? Let's make the gamblers nervous. Here's a nice fatty hanging out over the plate. Bam! Base hit. Boom! Double. 4-1. Load him up. And they finally got him out of there. Then our relief pitcher, I don't know anybody's name. That guy who comes out there, he hangs his arm like he's drying a shirt or some shit. He came out there and shut him the fuck down. So I'm like, I'm back into that shit. And I'm actually going to be really sad when the World Cup's over. When is the final? Is that on Saturday? That's going to be crazy. One match for all the fucking marbles. Can you imagine if that comes down to penalty kicks again? I used to think that was the stupidest fucking thing ever. Like a basketball championship coming down to foul shots. You know what I mean? That would just be like boring as shit, but now I get it. I get it, because if you fuck it up, I really feel like the goaltender has like no pressure, because all he has to do is just guess. You know? I love that they're guessing. It's just a total guess, and when they guess right, they stand up like, yeah! Like there was some sort of intelligent thought there. It's just like left, right, diving, left. Fuck, he went right. It's always funny when they guess wrong. When they start to dive that way and they realize the guy went the other way, and you just watch the goaltender, like his whole body goes limp, like, I should have dove the other way, and he just fucking lands on the grass. But the pressure on the shooter, they don't want to miss the net. So I'm gathering it takes massive balls to try to shoot it up top, to go top corner. Which, why wouldn't you just go there? He's not going to fucking get that. Because it's like, what if I miss? Then I'm that cunt that fucking missed for the rest of my fucking life. And fat, crooked, gray teeth, fish and chip eating fucking assholes can get in my grill everywhere I go for the rest of my life. People who never accomplish shit now can take out the failure of their life on me because I tried to go top shelf. What do you guys call it? What do you guys call shelves over there? The bonnet? The boot? What the fuck? Do you always have some stupid fucking name for it? I've noticed that on cooking shows, every ingredient you guys pronounce differently. Oregano, tomato, basil. It's like, are they just fucking with me? There wasn't one thing. Did we hate England that much by the end of it? I really think that we were like the summer school kids that came over here, in like the weird religious people. And we all came over here, and you had people who weren't good in school, fucking people that were too into religion, and those two people combined made Americans. And that's why I am the product of that, and I thought an $8.1 million house was $82 million. Why don't you do your homework? Why don't you go fuck yourself? Do my homework. I'm not in fucking school. All right? I didn't get in this business to think. All right, let me read a little bit of advertising here. JFK blown away. What else do I have to say? Tipping over a fucking table. I still love Billy Joel because he got so hammered he drove his car through his fucking neighbor's living room window. I mean, can you loan him enough sugar in your lifetime to get past that? You know? Every day I'd be knocking on the door. Hey, man, if you want to borrow a rake or a wheelbarrow, anything you know. Barrow, by the way, not barrel. Roll out the barrow. We're raking some fucking leaves. By the way, Dean Del Rey from the Let There Be Talk podcast on All Things Comedy has the legendary Henry Rollins on his podcast this week. This is a dream guest for Dean Del Rey. So if you want to listen to him fanboy out while asking all the questions you always wanted to hear Henry Rollins answer, give or take a few, check it out on the All Things Comedy Network. Let There Be Talk, Dean Del Rey, with the great Henry Rollins, who had such a funny bit on Iron Maiden. He actually made me question whether was I a moron for liking the band. And then, of course, I put on one of their songs, and I was like, nah, I wasn't. Right, this song's... we read this book about a bloke who had wings and he flew too close to the sun. So this song's about a bloke who put some wings on and flew too close to the sun. All right, Butcher Box. Butcher Box delivers healthy, 100% grass-fed and grass-finished beef, free-range organic chicken, and this is the money shot right here, and heritage-bred pork. It's the best goddamn pork chop I've ever had in my life that I ever made at my house. I think maybe one time I went to some 5-star restaurant. You know, the fucking chefs walking around wearing clogs. You got to go to one of those places, you know, and there's all these old bald guys like me with these skinny young broads, you know, a.k.a. their second or third wife. You know, you got to go to a place like that. If you don't want to drop that kind of cash and you still want the best pork chop you're ever going to have, you got to get Butcher Box, all right? There's my personal I just made it personal, okay? The incredible quality of Butcher Box meats starts with the commitment to raising animals humanely and free of antibiotics and hormones before they kill them. Each box comes with at least 9 to 11 pounds of meat, which is enough for 24 individual-sized meals. You could feed a fucking army. You can choose from 5 different box types, all beef and chicken, beef and pork, mix box. Go crazy, man. Throw as many animals in there as you can. Custom box, let you choose your own cuts. Come on, man. It's the fucking summer. Get the grill going and get some Butcher Box. This ad always makes me hungry. That's how good the food has been. Antibiotic / hormone free. Butcher Box believes in a healthier food system where everyone has access to meats the way nature intended. Not like these cows in mainstream where they got the fake tits and the fucking Botox, all right? You want the original ones. Free of antibiotics and hormones and humanely raised on open pasture. Let them walk around. The selection is amazing. Butcher Box carefully curates the finest selection and cuts and makes it a breeze to customize your own delivery. Build your own box to get exactly what you and your family love. Choose your delivery frequency with the customization. With customizable subscription. Recipes are available on Butcher Box's websites, and videos are available to follow along on Butcher Box. You can't fucking lose. All right? To receive free bacon for life. The dream of every goddamn meat eater out there, plus $10 off your order. Go to butcherbox.com, click on the big bacon banner on the homepage, and use Burr at checkout. Go now. Limited time offer. All right. 4 Sigmatic. I thought that said stigmata. This episode is brought to you by 4 Sigmatic. 4 Sigmatic. The leading online purveyors of shrooms, man. That's right. They're selling shrooms on the internet. But really, this company sells mushroom coffee that actually tastes great and is damn good for you. I fucking love mushrooms. I would actually try this. You know, I love mushroom soup. I've always wanted to try mushrooms, you know? I know what you're going to say. Talk to Ari Shafir. 4 Sigmatic. Is from Finland, so you know it's good. The same country that gave you Santa Claus, Angry Beards, and Tukarask. I hate how it says the goaltender for the Boston Bruins, like you didn't already know that. And of course, mushroom coffee. Did you know that Finnish people consume more coffee per capita than any other country? Almost 3 times more than Americans. I don't like that we're losing to them in coffee. Mushroom coffee has half the caffeine of regular coffee, but it's twice as magical. It's easy on the gut, less acidic, and you don't get the jittery feeling you get from regular coffee. Dude, I'm sold. I'd love a nice hot cup of fucking mushroom coffee right now. Evidently, I'm drinking the mushroom coffee with lion's mane and chaga. Lion's mane? There's hair in the fucking coffee? Tastes just like coffee, not like mushrooms. Oh, okay. Oh, they told me not to say it tastes like mushrooms. I guess it doesn't. It tastes like coffee. Lion's mane mushroom is your brain's best friend. Long used by Buddhist monks. They never lose their shit, right? To help with focus during meditation. I got to try this shit. Perfect for when I need to get shit done. Think of it as supercharged instant coffee. I like how this is all in the past tense, like I've done this and my life has changed for the better. But I'm sold. Come in easy to use, carry single serving packets, perfect to take to work, for travel, or when you're on the go. Get 15% off your first purchase with code BURR, B-U-R-R. Just go to foursigmatic.com and try it out for yourself. You know, Nas is going to come out with his own coffee called Four Illmatic, right? And it's going to be made with, I don't know, maybe weed and mushrooms. I don't know. Is he into that shit? I have no idea. MeUndies. MeUndies are made with a sustainably sourced material. Oh, wait a minute. MeUndies. MeUndies. The World Cup is coming home. MeUndies. MeUndies. It's sick of fucking being alone. But then England lost to the Croatians. Now that cup is still on vacation and ain't coming home any fucking time soon. Sorry to everybody over there. Congratulations, Croatia. I love that number 10 on Croatia. That fucking guy is a playmaker. France has a great team. I don't know who to root for here. I obviously love France, Paris. Oh, I have a great time when I'm over there. But I got to tell you, man, Croatians are some good-looking goddamn people. And there's only 4.1 million of them, according to Pete Davidson. There's more people in New York City than is in their entire country. And they are in the finals. So I think I kind of have to root for them because they're the underdogs. Again, oh, fuck it. I'm rooting for Croatia. All right? How does it? I got to hear their national anthem. I got to learn that by Saturday. Oh, fucking Croatia. There's only 4 million cunts. Croatia national, I almost wrote fucking anthem. You know this is going to be some fucking Dracula Eastern European shit. Oh, by the way, that tour is going down. I'm getting all the dates, okay? I'm not talking shit. I'm going out there. Croatian national anthem with English lyrics. Well, that's not very Croatian, is it? What do they speak over there? Croati? All right. It's only 2.5 minutes long. I'm already liking this. It's like a Beatles song. But where's the music? It's scrolling. All right, there's no fucking way I'm going to be able to learn this. All right. Then it comes down. It's very cinematic. You know what? I like it. God damn it. It's very cinematic. I like ours too. Ours is a big. It's based off a drinking song. You know, we pulled the Jimmy Page when we wrote it. Like Out on the Tiles, I guess Jason Bonham told that story on that supergroup show on VH1 way back in the day, right? That Out on the Tiles, You know, like that was actually a drinking song. I'm out on the tiles. I had a little drink and I'm something and I'm something and I'm out on the tiles. So Jimmy just, I guess John came in singing that. And Jimmy's like, right, what's that song that's already been written? MeUndies. MeUndies are made with sustainably sourced material from beechwood trees. They're naturally soft. Fiber! Makes a fabric that won't sag down or ride up. Trust me, once you put on a pair, you'll get it. Feel free to improvise here about what you love about MeUndies. I love the way it cradles my fucking nuts. MeUndies is so sure you'll love your first pair. If you're not happy, they'll do whatever they can to get you into the right pair. They'll send a fucking hoardie out. No, they won't. And if they can't, keep them, and they'll refund you. So it really is risk-free. Try the best underwear ever. And if you're already part of the MeUndies fam, what up, fam? Tell your friends about it through their referral program. They'll get a discount and you'll get a store credit. Win-win. It's like Amway meets fucking underwear. Still not sure? Well, MeUndies has a deal for my listeners. First-time purchasers get 15% off their first pair of MeUndies and shipping is free. That's 15% off plus free shipping and a guarantee that you and your MeUndies will be happy together. I can't see me wearing no undies but these against my balls. Get your butt over to MeUndies.com and treat yourself. Me and you and you and me. To get your 15% off your first pair for free shipping and 100% satisfaction guarantee, go to MeUndies.com/Burr. That's MeUndies.com/Burr. And lastly, but not leastly, Helix.com. Oh, after this, I'm going to tell you about my stand-up set I had last night. There's nobody on the planet like you. You're special. You have something to say. And by all means, please emote about it on social media. Do you know, I actually tweeted about this on the Twitter there. They actually had a hashtag things I don't tolerate. Oh, my God. It had to be the most self-serving fucking thing. It was just such an excuse for everybody to see what a wonderful, open-minded person you are. Things I don't tolerate. Bigotry, mean people, people that pick on people who are weaker. You know, isn't that all obvious shit? Hashtag things that taste good. Ice cream, cookies. Helix, there's nobody on the planet like you, so why the fuck would you buy a generic mattress built for everyone else? Maybe because you hate shopping. I don't know. Next, please mention all the talking points below. Well, I will. If you write it, I'll read it. Helix Sleep matches your body to the perfect mattress so you get the best sleep of your life. They developed 9 different mattresses tailored to specific body types and sleep preferences. All right, so everybody's different, but there's only 9 different designs. Maybe there's all kinds of offshoots. You're not like everybody else. You're like 1 in 9 people. Just go to helixsleep.com/Burr, take their 2-minute sleep quiz, and they'll match you to a mattress that's perfect for you, contouring your body to provide unprecedented comfort and better sleep. 30% of Helix Sleep customers report better sleep after switching to their customized mattress from Helix Sleep. Right now, they're offering, hey, Nia, what's up? Come here. The lovely Nia, everybody, for up to $125 off all mattress orders. Nia, do you realize that you're a unique human being?
What?
Yes, you're a unique human being. You're only like 1 out of every 9 people.
1 out of every 9?
Well, these guys make unique mattress. No, they said everybody's the same, but they have 9 different mattress types.
Oh.
That's Helix. Okay, to get 125.
Helix. Wait. Is it Helix? Now I'm confused.
I don't know either. They never told me.
Helix. Oh, I feel like I knew this, and now I don't remember.
Hey, you finished reading this.
Whether you're a side sleeper, hot sleeper, like a plush or firm bed, they've got the mattress that will fit just right. Get up to 125% off at helixsleep.com/Burr. That's helixsleep.com/Burr for $125 off your mattress order. Helix Sleep.com/Burr.
There you go. Yeah, does it rhyme with Felix?
I don't think it does. I think it's Helix. I feel like I knew this. I feel like I gave you shit about it.
Oh, okay.
And now I don't remember.
Now you don't remember. Hey, so last night I went.
Yes.
Last night I was out and about. I went to Bobcat Goldthwait has a new show on True TV called Bobcat Goldthwait's. Was it Monsters and
Misfits?
Misfits and Monsters, something like that. I don't know what it is, but it's on True TV. I watched an episode of it last night. It's classic Bobcat. It's totally original. If you just search Bobcat Goldthwait, right? If you do that, you're going to find it. It's on True TV. What was last night? What was last night? Wednesday?
Yes.
Wednesday. So Wednesday night at 10 o'clock on True TV.
That's right.
There you go. So I went down to the premiere. I got there late because I was working as an actor. I had to take off my little fucking tights when I was done acting. Yeah. And I was feeling guilty because I wanted to go down there. I had friends. I had to see them, but I hadn't done stand-up in a minute. And I'm going to be in Portland and Seattle this weekend, so I got to shake the fucking rust off.
I wish I could go to Portland and Seattle with you.
Well, yeah, it's only a Southwest or Alaskan flight away.
Yeah, I want to go. I have a friend in Portland. I've always wanted to see Portland. And I just feel like the microphone is so close to my mouth.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, and I've never been to Seattle either. Both places I've been wanting to go.
I invited you.
Yeah, you did.
Can I get back to my story?
Oh, sorry.
So this is what I love about LA. So I'm walking out. I Ubered over, right? Smoked a cigar with one of my great friends in this business. And then I was walking out going, man, I didn't do stand-up. Should I I don't want to fucking Uber over there and then Uber home. Fuck this. So I just start walking home, and I walk by a fucking Hooters. And there was these young comics barking out front, hey, comedy show coming. They saw me coming down the street, and they laughed. Hey, you want to go to a comedy show? I said, no. And they go, you want to go up? I'm like, nah. Thank you, though. And then I walked about 10 feet. I was like, fuck it. I need to get a set in. And I went in there, and I did a set at Hooters last night. Upstairs in the big room.
In the main room.
In the main room. And there was a bunch of young kids there.
Did you get wings while you were there?
No.
What about the buffalo shrimp?
Yeah, I literally walked in. It was awesome. They put me on like the fucking president. They put me on immediately. I went up.
Of course.
I did. Of course, Bill. Everybody knows you at Hooters. I went on and I said I'd do 10 to 15. I feel like I did around 12. It felt like a 12. I got my laps. I shook the rust off, and I fucking walked out. It was great. It was perfect. Then I walked out, walked halfway down the block, and there was a taxi, which I love, old school. And I got into it. I said, you working? He goes, yes. And I got in. I go, how you doing? He goes, so. I was like, all right, I appreciate that. And he goes, and he laughed. This motherfucker with the fucking driving home, just curse.
Like, oh, good, I can be myself.
Yeah. Just cursing everybody in the way.
So you had a good night last night.
I had a great night.
Yes.
Without alcohol. I don't need it, man.
Can we just talk about Hooters for a second? I really love the buffalo shrimp.
What is...
Yeah, it's shrimp with buffalo sauce. It's just like, and they give you like this blue cheese dipping sauce to go with it. Oh my God. It's so good.
Blue cheese is the most disgusting, one of the more disgusting foods.
What?
You know that we watch an Undercover Brother, and they were talking about how white people like very underrated movie, by the way.
That movie is so funny.
Yeah, how white people like mayonnaise. And evidently black people don't. I don't fucking know. I don't know what. I like mayonnaise.
Within reason.
I like mayonnaise. I like mayonnaise on fries. I like mayonnaise on roast beef. Mm-hmm. I like eating mayonnaise in front of people that don't enjoy mayonnaise. No, I like, but blue cheese is just, oh God, it's
you don't like to dip wings or buffalo shrimp in blue cheese dressing?
Oh my God, it's just like, it's like mucus. It's gross.
You don't. Well, I think when you eat wings, you just eat the wings. You don't even use any of the sauce. No ranch. What about ranch? What are your feelings about ranch? Oh,
it's all right.
You're not really a condiment guy, right?
No,
except for mayonnaise.
I like ketchup. I like ketchup, mayonnaise, mustard.
I like the
basics.
American.
Yeah, I'm a basic white dude.
Okay.
I like pickles.
Yep.
I like a
condiments.
hey, here's a nice surprise here. You can see that I've traveled. I like a stuffed olive. Does that make me interesting?
No.
Am I walking it out?
What's that?
Some dance they did
Oh
in
my
Atlanta.
God, from years ago?
Oh God, I'm on Instagram. I know all the latest dances. Oh really, Nee? Why don't you get up and do the mashed potato for me?
I got to get you to do a In My Feelings challenge.
All right, go ahead, do it.
Well, the dance, you got to play the song.
It's a
with
dance.
It's a dance that you do to a Drake song called In My Feelings.
Oh, I can't stand Drake.
Kiki, do you love me? Are you riding? You haven't seen it?
I can't stand that guy.
You-
Not literally that guy. You used to.
You used to like Drake. You used to call
He's always whining about somebody. It's just like he's got this great life. He's banging models, and I got to sit there listening to him whining about the model that he used to fuck who doesn't call him back anymore. It's like, Drake, you were just fucking her. She moved on.
He's emotional.
He isn't. He's selfish. But he loves magic.
Magic?
I've seen like 3 different videos of him running away after a trick. That's what's really funny about black people is you can see somebody hustling you, lying to you, and all that type of shit. You know, like you can smell bullshit from a mile of fucking away. But you get a magician does a card trick, you guys run away like he's a witch.
Yeah, because that's
What the fuck was that?
Yeah, because that's that devil shit. You don't fuck around with magic and all that.
It's not. It's sleight of hand, Nia.
And all that. Oh no, that's the devil.
Yeah, if that guy could do that shit, he would just fucking like levitate into a bank vault. He wouldn't be fucking hustling doing magic on a street corner, right?
It's still. Just playing with evil forces with the magic shit.
All right. Playing with evil forces with the magic shit. You heard that. That should be on a t-shirt. Playing with the evil forces with the magic shit. That has to be in a rap song. It has to be in something. I don't hate Drake. I just like his fucking music is just like, you know, like those guys that just call up and they just dump their day on you. Mm-hmm. It's just like, dude, are you ever in a good mood? What happened now, Drake?
Drake's got a lot of problems. People are coming for him. They're trying to expose, his family life that he was trying to keep private,
Yeah, that's none of my business. I
Girls
thought
don't call him anymore.
that was weak. That was weak doing that shit. Oh, you had a baby with a fucking stripper. Eh? We didn't start the fire. All right, I gotta get on with my tape.
We didn't start the fire.
Oh my god, I hate that.
We saw that video the other day. What is that video?
Charlie Chaplin, Teddy Roosevelt, fucking people from the past. Ba 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 do ba do. Bill, stop fucking avoiding the topic. Saying your generation did a lot of shitty things. Trouble in the Suez. That's the worst line ever. All right. Having said that, I love.
Do you like?
I like a lot of his songs.
I feel like you don't talk enough about stuff that you enjoy.
I feel like you're now going to talk about what you don't like about me in the relationship.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So I feel like you don't talk enough about the things that you like. You always talk about what you don't like, and I
Just
hate
what's
it.
going on and on, how I love soccer, and I hated soccer, and now I love it. But there's been this whole fucking transformation. Yeah.
I missed that part.
Because you focus on the negative.
No. I think you have nice eyes.
You're such an asshole. We finally became friends again.
Yeah.
We're buddies again.
We are.
Because of the work that I've put in.
Excuse me? What about me?
No, Nia, I told you, you were becoming like this goth chick that shops at Hot Topic. That was your vibe.
You
Gloom and
have
doom.
a lot of really modern references.
Do they not exist anymore?
I don't know. Do they? I don't know. I haven't been to a mall in a while, so.
Fuck, you haven't. Last time I talked to you, where are you? I'm at the Grove.
Oh, yeah. But they don't have a Hot Topic, so. Do they still exist?
I don't know, they're high end. All right, go ahead, shit on me. What do you got?
No, you're right. We're friends again after having a little moment there. So, no, I'm going to keep it positive. I think you're great. I think that you're hilarious.
Stick with the devil shit with the creepy vibes or whatever the fuck you said. Oh, God. Anyways, I was trying to end on an upbeat note. Who wore it better? The Marvin Gaye beard. Drake or Marvin Gaye?
Well, Marvin Gaye obviously rocked the Marvin Gaye beard better than Drake would.
Who wore that red hat better? Marvin Gaye or Jacques Cousteau?
Marvin Gaye.
And now my goal is to try to get you not to say Marvin Gaye.
Okay.
Who was more important? No, I can't go that route. You'll get upset with that one. I didn't even have anything there. Why'd you have to keep saying Marvin Gaye? It's an improv thing. You should have gone to Jacques Cousteau. Then I could have gone the French way. I had the ocean outlet. You just painted me into a corner.
Oh, so it's my fault that you're not, I don't know, good at improv.
Yeah, I killed upstairs
At Hooters?
in the big room.
And didn't even bother to get buffalo shrimp. It's like...
Yeah, I was too busy killing upstairs at a Hooter.
So when is your next appearance
Hooters.
going to be at the Hooters in Hollywood? And
In the big room.
when
Well, I guess they're moving their show across the street.
to...
Looters? I don't fucking know. Whatever's across the street. That fucking Hollywood Boulevard. You know, we didn't have any fire for the cigars there, so I had to go to a tourist place. Having fire. So we rubbed some matches fucking together. And went into one of those touristy places, and I bought a I Love California lighter for my buddy who hates L.A., which
Did it work twice and then it broke?
Yeah, it was like $3, and then it ran out of lighter fluid.
They're so cheap. All those, like, they're always going, hey, man, we got souvenirs for $5. It's like, no. You need to be selling these souvenirs for 50 cents, if that.
My favorite thing is when you go to New York and they have that, you know, that foam rubber thing where you wear the crown from the fucking Statue of Liberty. Mm-hmm. People walk around with that like, I went to New York and I got this. Can you imagine how many of those are floating around the fucking ocean? Some poor fucking porpoise is trying to swallow that thing. All right, I'm out of time because I got shit to do here. I already did 52 minutes. Thank you for coming on here and bringing the positivity.
I try. I'll do better next time. I'll do better next time.
No, you did great with the devil shit with the evil stuff over there. Whatever the fuck you said. All right, that's the podcast. Thank you, everybody, for listening. My apologies to anybody out there who is offended by it. I don't apologize. All right? That's something that a mature adult does. Please enjoy the music and a half hour of a greatest hits from a Thursday afternoon podcast just before Friday, Monday morning podcast, whatever the fuck I say. And have a great couple of days. You cunts, and I'll check in on you Thursday. Go fuck yourselves.
John, you've been on the go ever since you were born, and I imagine few people in the world today have traveled as much as you have. Now, why?
Well, I don't know. I suppose some of us are cave dwellers. Some of us live in houses. Some of us like to be loose-footed. I'm a rambling man.
You guys see that? I just saw a commercial for Kentucky Fried Chicken where the parents are all excited because their two bratty kids won't sit still at the dinner table, but they got them this fucking chicken, and they're feeding it to them. They're basically very subtly saying that there's drugs in this chicken that will make your spastic children chill the fuck out. And spastic, I mean like, not the way they mean it over there in Great Britain. You can't say that on the comedy, well, you can say it in a comedy club over in Scotland, but you'll have a rough go of it if you say the kid was spastic. Over there, that means like severely mentally challenged. Over here, it just means you're not going to get laid till you're 26. When you're in grad school, looking over a fucking cadaver, right, with some other fucking nerd, right? And you're just sitting there going, the ankle bone's connected to the knee bone, right? Has any of this made any sense? Well, it shouldn't. It's fucking Sunday night, and I am spent And I got a whole bunch of shit I have to do tomorrow, so I got to do it tonight. All right, I'm off my game. All right, you cleanse your liver in like 42, 43 days or something like that. Every drunk I know has told me that. Every drunk I know that does not have a medical degree has told me that if you go 42, 43 days, you will cleanse your liver, at least of the booze. You know? Now, if you fucking... you start doing blow or, eating a bunch of trans fat fucking food or feeding your kids Kentucky Fried fucking chicken... Jesus Christ, what happened to parents that you got to drug your kids to keep them under control? You know? You know what it is? Kids don't respect their parents. They respect them, but they don't respect like, oh my God, this person could wring my neck, could pick me up by my hair, right? Could grab a paddle and fucking, mostly hit my ass, but also kind of hit my lower back because I'm squirming, right? That doesn't exist anymore. So now these kids are so fucking out of control. These people have to go down to Kentucky Fried Chicken. Okay? And I use the term chicken very loosely. To go down in whatever that is that's in that bucket. Okay? If it doesn't have a beak, if it doesn't have feet, if it's fucking, chest is, its breast is sticking out like the cast on fucking what was that show with the Italians there on New Jersey Shore? Jersey Shore, right? In my world, that's not a fucking chicken. You want the chicken that looked like Mark McGuire in his rookie season. You don't want to eat the chicken that looks like Mark McGuire when he fucking played for the Cardinals. If you eat a regular fucking chicken, first of all, it's going to look like a pigeon to you because you're so used to seeing those roided up ones that they have, Murderer's Row, that you got down there at your fucking Shaw's, right? Your Vaughn's, your J.C. Penney's, wherever the fuck you buy your goddamn chicken. You go down to any one of the mainstream fucking supermarkets, okay? And I swear to God, when you get to the chicken section, okay, if you've slept for the last 30 years, like that Van Gundy guy under the bridge, whatever his fucking name is, Van Morrison. What the hell's his name? Rip Van Winkle, right? That was one of those people. One of the Vans. If you slept for the last 30 years and you went down, okay, and they showed you what a chicken was, you'd be like, that ain't no chicken. Okay, it's a goddamn turkey. I know a fucking turkey when I see one, all right? Ain't no such thing as a 9-pound fucking chicken. Can't be done. No, sir. No, sir. Get off my property. Okay, I'm done with your witchcraft. Okay? Hey, I say get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck off my property. Honey, get the gun. Yeah, you would think it was a fucking turkey. And the thing is now it's a chicken. And I remember I watched one of those Food Incs, one of those fucking liberal goddamn things, talking about flying carpets and electric roads and all that bullshit. Somewhere in there they were talking about, the food supply and how poisonous it is. Poisonous it is. So I fucking went down to a farmer's fucking market. And I said, I want an all natural fucking chicken. I can't even talk. I'm so tired. I want an all natural chicken. And the guy goes, these are all natural. And I said, all natural? And he goes, well, I'm like, come on, where is it? And he had to walk around the corner, sitting over there, lonely. I swear to God, looking like a dove, looking like somebody killed a fucking dove. He goes, right there, that one right there is 100% all natural. Nothing's wrong with it. And I was like, what? That's what a chicken's supposed to look like? And he raised his eyebrows and he kind of put his lips together so they were a straight line, and then he nodded. That look that people do, like, yeah, I'm in the Matrix. I realize I'm in the Matrix, but, I knocked the bitch up. So I got to be selling these roided up chickens. No. Anyways, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. So basically, that's what these people are eating over there. Okay? They are drugging up They're kids. But I can't get mad at them because I actually did that to Charlie Murphy and Donnell Rawlings. I've told this story before. Hey, I'll tell it again. It's my fucking podcast. I actually the exact thing that they're doing in that Kentucky Fried Chicken commercial, where they're trying to get their kids to sit still by just feeding them so full of these fucking trans fats from these roided up, beakless fucking chickens with their Dolly Parton breastises, right? I did that to fucking Donnell and Charlie. I was hungover, and we were taking a car service from Chicago, Zanies, up to whatever the fuck it was, St. Charles. It was a 3-city run, and one of them was St. Charles, so we're getting in the fucking limo. Donnell's in rare form. Charlie's in rare form. They're fucking gabbing and trashing people and me and everybody, and I just don't want to hear it. I'm like, I don't want to listen to these fucking guys running their goddamn yaps in the back of this car the whole fucking way up. I want a nice, quiet ride. This is going to suck. And I walked outside, hungover, and I walked into the Chicago Air, almost got hit by 3 fat people. And I looked up the street, and I saw Popeyes, and I was like, oh, thank God. And I fucking walked in there, and I got all this fucking Popeyes chicken with biscuits and all of this shit food, and I brought it back to the car. And as the car pulled up, they came out, and I said, hey, guys, I got us some food. And they were like, oh, that's fucking great. They were hungry or whatever, and they started chowing that fucking Popeyes food, and I sat back nibbling on a drumstick. And I swear to God, 10 minutes later, they were asleep. I'm not lying to you. They were fucking asleep, snoring the whole way up, and I was just sitting there loving life the whole fucking ride up. And you know what? I admitted to them later. They thought it was funny, but that's basically what it is. They called it the itis. That's what they call it. When you eat that shit food and then you have to go to sleep, they call it the itis, I guess. And by they, I mean African Americans. They call it the fucking itis, and that's what they got. And I learned that from Donnell, because I don't know how that man stayed in shape, but he had the worst diet. He's one of those guys who, like, you stop for gas and he comes out of the gas station with like one of those gas station hot dogs. And he would eat it, and then he would immediately fall asleep. And I would say to Charlie, look at this guy, he's sleeping. And Charlie would be like, yeah, man, he got the itis. And he explained that to me. And with that little bit of information, it went into my evil white brain. And I drugged my 2 African-American friends way back in the year 2005. And that's a little chicken story for you. How did you like that, everybody? So that's what the fuck they're saying right there. That's what Kentucky Fried Chicken is allegedly saying. I guess I have to say alleged, so their lawyers on retainer don't attack my fucking podcast. As far as I can tell. I'm asking you right now, Kentucky Fried Chicken, hiding behind your fucking letters, KFC, is that what the fuck you do? Is that what you're saying? If you got kids who are not stimulated enough that they can't even sit down, you got to run them around. You got to tire your kids out. Open the door, you send them out in the fucking yard. Go ahead, go outside. Get outside and play. That's what you do, like a goddamn, one of those fucking Irish dogs that was bred to herd sheep. You got to let that fucking thing run around. Run around in circles. Go ahead, get out there. Take a ball, you just fucking throw it out in traffic and let that dog run around dodging cars. It comes in, it's going to lay down. Okay? It's not going to jump all over companies, sticking its cold nose right in their fucking hoo-ha's. That's what you got to do with your kids. You got to send them outside. Right? But To Catch a Predator and all these other fucking shows, all these shows on TV where people forget their kids are in a car with the windows rolled up. And their kids are too fucking dumb to roll them down, or they're too weak because they haven't gone outside and climbed a fucking tree, and they stay in there, and their brains get cooked like a boxer. That dog boxers, they don't do well in the sun. Well, neither do fat kids. If you leave the windows rolled up, and they got those weak arms, that the most tedious things they ever did was take a wrapper off of a fucking an ice cream sandwich, right? You can't leave them in the car. My mother left us in the car all the fucking time. She would go to school. She was going to school during the day, trying to further her education, and she left 5 fucking kids in the car with the windows rolled up and money for Burger King. And she would say to us, just go into the Burger King. That's the only time you were to leave this car over the next 3 fucking hours when I'm in class. And she would disappear around the corner after we said, absolutely, Mom. And she walked away, and we immediately would get out of the car, start walking up and down the streets in Boston. We'd go into fucking Burger King, and we'd have something to eat. Do you know what would happen nowadays if they just saw 5 fucking dirty-faced kids walking up and down Comm Ave, Boylston Street, going into a Burger King, looking like the cast of fucking Annie? Someone would have filmed it, and my mother would have been, they would have taken us away. You know, but they didn't. Because there was no cameras back then, or videotape ones. I mean, there was. But only the people had them on, like, the news. And a young Steven Spielberg. So we went in there, and we fucking got some food. Climbed on cars, and fucking yelled at people and shit. You know? Hanging on parking meters and all that. Hence, we had the fucking forearm strength to roll down the windows. And none of us ever had an issue in the car. And you know what? I think that's one to grow on. So there you go, people. I'm not saying KFC is food. I'm just kidding. I'm not saying it's bad food. Every once in a while. Who's kidding who? Every once in a while. Wouldn't it be great if you could just fucking do heroin the way you can eat McDonald's? Just like every once in a while, you'd just be like, you know what? Yeah. Let's just fucking tie off, nod off for the rest of the fucking day. And like the people at work understood it. You know, hey, where were you yesterday? Oh, man, yeah, I got this black tar heroin came in. You know, I hadn't done it in like 3 months or what. Figured, fuck it. Oh, is that what you did? How was it? How was it? You know, like you went to Aruba. You said, oh, dude, it was awesome. Fuck. I don't remember shit. But you can't. You know, you get addicted to it. Hey, what's going on? It's Bill Burr, and it is the Monday Morning Podcast for Monday, July 12th, 2010. Hola! I'm sorry. I was really going to act like I could speak Spanish there. Hola! Yo soy cómico. El niño bebe leche. Una manzana. Pantalones, una camisa. I actually, if you can't tell, I've actually finally broken open my Rosetta Stone that I got for Christmas 2.5 fucking years ago. Whatever it is, yeah. I got it for a year and a half ago, December of 2008. I got the Rosetta Stone, un carro, blanco, negro, rojo. I got it. Dude, it's the shit. It's the shit. I'm going to be fluent in Spanish. I've always wanted to learn another language, and I am trying to immerse myself. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to immerse myself in the language. I'm listening to it on the radio. I'm also listening to it, I'm listening to shit like this on my iTunes, hoping I can pick up some shit, you know? You gotta immerse yourself in this shit. You gotta listen to stuff like this. How fucking great is that? God, to have be able to fucking know what that means, sing that, have pigment in my chest so I can actually wear that open, I'm going to go stab a bull Latino shirt. How much pussy would you get if you could fucking... It's just unbelievable. It's half the shit that they say. It sounds like fucking dirty talk when you're banging a girl. El niño bebe leche. That means the girl is drinking milk. There's no way to say that without just sounding like you're fucking... El niño bebe leche. Hey, next time you guys are banging your girl, okay, you got a doggy style, just lean down in her ear. And just be like, oh, bebe leche, oh, el niño bebe leche. She'll either have an orgasm or fucking whirl around and elbowing you in the face. Either way, it's going to be funny. But I'm going to be fluent in that shit. And I'm liking Rosetta Stone. I really like it. You sit there and you put on like a Bill Bellamy, Janet Jackson sort of headset, you know? And you put on some stretchy pants, and then you put in the fucking CD-ROM or whatever the hell it is, and then they just start speaking to you. Like you're a baby sitting in the crib. It's exactly what it is. Two very stereotypical Mexican-looking faces just sort of peer into the screen like you're laying in the crib. And then they just start speaking to you, and they tickle your tummy. It's tremendous. It's a tremendous it's a tremendous way to... No, I'm just fucking around. Dude, it's awesome. It's if you were ever thinking about doing it, like, I always wanted to learn to speak a different language. Whenever I rode the subway, I was nervous that Puerto Ricans were actually calling me bad words. What does puta mean? Is that even Puerto Rican? This is what's killing me. This is how fucking white I am. I actually believe that I'm going to learn this shit. El niño bebe leche. I'm going to learn this shit, and therefore I will be able to go to Mexico, Cuba, Puerto Rico, Brazil, or whatever, and be able to understand every motherfucker out there. Even though people, I know this dude who's Cuban, and he tells me it's really different. Not totally different, but I mean, I don't know. He seemed a little peeved when I was like, yeah, and I can go to fucking Cuba, I can go to Dominican Republic. It's not the fucking same thing. All right, sorry. It's one of those things. I'm not even trying to be offensive, and I offended you. But it's like, do you think when I go to Ireland or I went to Scotland, I could understand those fuckers? Everything that they said, but I knew what they were saying. Am I being ignorant right here? Do you guys, is it it's not a completely different language. Huh? El niño bebe leche? You can't say that in fucking Cuba and they won't know what you're talking about? Is that because of communism? I already stopped this podcast and started it again because I'm doing this Sunday morning. My fucking brain isn't awake yet. Stuttering like a goddamn jackass. Pantalones. Zapatos. Una camisa. I can't fucking wait. I can't wait the first time somebody from, I was going to say somebody from another language. That's how dumb I am. Somebody speaking Spanish talks shit about me. Because I'll tell you right now, I would fucking do it all the time. I would do it all the goddamn time. If English was the second language, was not the main language of this country, and I had another English-speaking friend, and I was walking around people who did not understand English, and it would be our own little private language, I would be shitting on people right and left. Perverted stuff. Can you imagine that? If nobody understood English, everybody just spoke Spanish, right? Your boss is some cunt, but she's got a nice rack, and you're sitting there, and she can literally walk by and like, dude, I would tit-fuck this bitch right on her goddamn desk. And then turn around and be, hola, mi bossa, No wonder they're so fucking laid back. They can get it out. I gotta sit on all this goddamn rage because I don't have some secret fucking language. All right, Mexicans, I'm in your fucking hideout and I'm breaking down your code. So I'm telling you, this time next year, you better watch your tongue. Okay? Good. Only I could turn learning another language. See, hear me stuttering? It's in the morning. Only I could turn speaking another language. I'm like, only I could turn another language relax, Mexico. Just relax. Just really listen to a couple of my podcasts and realize how fucking stupid I am. And also how I get totally psycho into something for about 10 days, and then I just walk away from it. And then it just sits there, gathering dust on my desk. Anyways, so it was a big week this week in sports. It's actually, what time is it right now? It's 10:43, and this is the funny thing. In 17 minutes, the World Cup final is starting, which is basically the championship, one of the true championships of the world. It's the entire world competes for it. And as big a fucking sports fan as I am, I could give a shit. The only thing that I would find less interesting than the World Cup final was the LeBron James hour-long press conference to announce what team he's going to fucking go to. You know, that's actually bullshit. I totally respect the game of soccer. It fucking bores the shit out of me. And we have a number of soccer fans on here, and they send me emails, and they get mad at me. They say, it says, Dear Bill, dude, until you have a better understanding of the game, you got to stop ragging on soccer. Find someone that knows a little bit about the game and take some fucking time and watch a couple of games, dude. Watch the World Cup finals. Exclamation point. What, because you fucking say so? Do you realize that if you added up everyone that watched the NFL, the NBA, the NHL, and MLB, you would only have about half as many people that watch soccer? Dude, do you realize that I'm not so fucking stupid that I don't realize that you just pulled that stat out of your ass? Give me some numbers. You didn't. You said you would have about half as many. About, really? Yeah, you're going to guesstimate there? Put that in your pipe and smoke it, Bill. Thanks, dude. All right, this is the deal. All right, I'm so sick of these fucking soccer cunts trying to convince me that it's an exciting sport. Do you think that I haven't sat down and watched it? Earlier this year, when I watched the Olympics, I got into curling. I was watching the cross-country skiing where you shoot the gun. I'm very open-minded when it comes to sports, okay? But to sit there and kill 2-3 fucking hours of my day to watch a 0-0 fucking game and watching these guys flop around like a bunch of goddamn Pau Gasols every 10 fucking minutes, it's I tried, dude. I tried. And just because the whole fucking world is watching the sport doesn't mean that I should. All right? The whole world was wearing acid-wash jeans in the late fucking 80s. I followed that trend, and I got the embarrassing goddamn pictures to prove it. Where the fuck did that get me? You know what I like about soccer? I like the highlights. The highlights, you know, and they show it in slow motion. Absolutely gorgeous sport to watch. But to sit there for fucking 2 hours listening to those goddamn mosquito horns, you're really asking too much. All right, everybody flopping around like a bunch of goddamn fucking girls. Get off the goddamn ground, fucking pussies. The guy doesn't even touch you, and you flop around on the ground. It's so effeminate. That's what I can't stand about that sport. You know? This guy did bring up a good point. He goes, you're telling me the basketball players? Yes, basketball players do. Basketball is a very fucking effeminate sport when it comes to that shit. That fake fucking flopping around. You know, no other, you know, that's the closest thing. I'm trying to think. There's a couple guys in the NHL. Look, there's always going to be a couple of broads in every sport, you know. But at least in the NHL, soccer fan, you know what they have? They have a penalty for pretending that somebody hit you. 2 minutes, it's called diving. 2 minutes for diving. Get up, you fag, and get in the goddamn penalty box. I don't know. Dude, I tried. I fucking tried. I tried to watch the shit. I don't give a fuck. I find the Premier League way more enjoyable to watch. I can watch that game, but I got to tell you, like, I don't know what it is. I start to get a headache and I get a little bit of a stomach ache when I'm watching it because the amount of effort that I have to put in to, you know, dude, to sit there in 2 hours of your fucking life to watch a 1-0 game. That's why, you know, so I think I finally figured out why they fight in NHL hockey. Because you can actually have a 1-0 fucking game. So, you know, then you basically have guys going, it's legal to smash somebody, you know, against the boards. You can drop the gloves. You can fight. There's a lot of other exciting things that do happen. All right, but to sit there for 2 fucking hours. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh! Yeah. Ooh! Oh! It's the sports equivalent to fucking blue balls. I don't fucking like it. I really don't. I just don't. I don't like it. I don't fucking like it, okay? And you can't make me fucking like it because the whole world likes it. All right? There's a major part of the fucking world that, you know, they take out a high-grade piece of sandpaper and then they rub the girls' fucking clits off. That doesn't mean that I think it's right. Wow, that was really disgusting. I'm sorry. 12 minutes into the podcast, getting that fucking gross. I should have saved that towards the end for the diehard fans. So anyways, that LeBron James announcement, speaking of mind-numbingly boring, this is another thing about fucking soccer. Like, I'm invited to this party where they're going to watch the finals, and whenever you find a person who's really into soccer, you know, yeah, they always got like their little soccer shirt on. They always have like these little fucking wimpy torsos. Have you noticed that? When was the last time you saw somebody jacked that was into fucking soccer? You don't. They always have like those little European torsos. You know? Your little 7th grade bodies. Does anybody lift weights or do push-ups or anything in fucking Europe? Do you just take the torso God gave you and then you just start stuffing fish and chips down your fucking throat and you just let it all sort of slide down until you look like Jethro Tull? All right. I think I've trashed that shit enough. Let's trash in American sports. Let's talk about fucking LeBron James and his fucking, first of all, his Howdy Doody puppet shirt that he wore. You know, there really is this theory out there that black guys are so cool that they really can wear any type of clothing and make it look good. Well, that was an example when it doesn't quite always work. I mean, that was, I don't know what that was. That looked like he was going to go sing on the Grand Ole Opry in like 1948. All right. The fuck am I talking about? Let's get into this whole podcast thing. All right. The LeBron James 1 hour announcement. For everybody out there who's saying how fucking lame it was, you know whose fault that is? It's your own goddamn fault. It's your own fucking fault for sitting there and watching it. Okay? It's not like ESPN lied. They told you what it was going to be. This is going to be a 1 hour special of an athlete announcing which team he's going to go fucking play for. I mean, how long should that realistically take? It's like the fucking Oscars. How long should it take to be, and to just fucking be like, and the Oscar goes to Sean Connery. And the Oscar for the best fucking dress in a period piece goes to Claire Billingsley. Bill Billingsley. Claire Bill Billingsley. Fucking douchebag Bill Burr, not even fucking awake, trying to do a podcast to get it out of the goddamn way to go to some stupid-ass fucking party that's showing the finals of a sport that he doesn't give a fuck about. That starts in 9 minutes. Oh, my God, somebody hit fucking record. Yeah, I mean, you knew what the fuck it was going to be. Why did you even watch it? I mean, can't you tell that guy just got some fucking he just got horrific advice from his people around him, who they were just like, we're going to create the biggest media stir ever. All right? We'll go to Chicago first. We'll gain some interest. We'll go to the Knicks. We'll get some interest there. We'll go down to fucking man. Ooh, where the fuck is he going to? Who gives a shit? Nobody cares. Except the people in those fucking towns. I got to tell you, I really did enjoy him fucking, tearing the hearts out of Knicks fans. Because, as always, New York fans are the most fucking, just like, that's the sense of entitlement that fans of New York sports have just because they live in New York City. If I have to watch one more fucking asshole on TV talk about the big stage in New York. Okay, overrated, underrated for this week. Overrated, the big stage in New York. There's only one big stage in New York. It's in fucking Yankee Stadium. That's the only big stage that is in New York. 27 championships. You go there, there is pressure to win. What is this big, like when LeBron didn't pick fucking New York, I'm online and I read 3 comments and I'm like, there you go. That's enough evidence for me. I'm going to judge every new fan in New York right now. They were all sitting there going like, oh, he was afraid of the bright lights. He couldn't handle the big stage of New York. Let me ask you this, Knicks fans. Where is the big fucking stage for professional basketball in New York City? Huh? Madison Square Garden? That place? The biggest thing that happens in Madison Square Garden every year is Elton John comes there and he fucking sells out 20 shows. You know? Bruce Springsteen comes there and sings his songs about New Jersey. The circus comes once a fucking year. Those are the biggest days every year in Madison Square Garden. All right? And in case you don't know what I'm talking about, next time you go there and there's yet another horrific play made by either the fucking Rangers or the Knicks, and you look up in disgust to the sports gods, like what the fuck? When you're done praying for some messiah to come in there and save those 2 pathetic fucking franchises, look up at the ceiling and tell me what you see. A striking lack of championship fucking banners. I'll even give you the goddamn answers, you dumb fucks. There is no big stage, and it's so fucking disrespectful of everybody to say that. All the fucking time. Talking about, I mean, you know, when they talk about the biggest stage in Major League Baseball, what do they say? Fenway Park? How about St. Louis? Say they got 10 fucking World Series titles. That's not even a good example. It's not like the Knicks are in second place with titles. Dude, Yankee Stadium is the big stage in Major League Baseball. Okay? The fucking Celtics have 17 NBA championships that were all won in Boston. All right? The Los Angeles Lakers, 11 titles have been won there. And once a year, they hold hands with somebody from Minnesota, and they add the 5 that were in. That's the thing right there. The Minneapolis Lakers have more titles than the fucking New York Knicks. Do you guys understand that? That a team that fucking moved west. All right? That moved fucking west around the same time the Brooklyn Dodgers went out to L.A. still has 3 more fucking titles than you do. You don't have a big stage there. And nobody is afraid to play in New York City. And they're certainly not afraid to play the fucking Knicks. So get off your own dicks. I'm sick of it. All right? The Jets haven't won it since 69. The Knicks haven't won it since 73. The Mets haven't won it since fucking 86. Who else is left? The Giants are a respectable franchise. That's the best you have. You have a respectable franchise that has won the same amount of Super Bowls as the Patriots, the Packers, the Redskins, and the Raiders. The Giants are in the middle of the pack. All right? There's no big fucking stage. And they sit there and they act like these sports writers in New York, these fat, man-titted jackasses. These Phil Mushnicks are going to intimidate a guy at the level of fucking LeBron James. They're not. I hate to tell it to you, New York. The reason why he didn't go to Madison Square Garden is because you suck. That's why. I mean, think about that. Who the fuck wouldn't want to go play in New York? You know? New York is the city, is the Paris of America. It's the best fucking city we have. All right? But just because there's a bunch of people outside of Madison Square Garden succeeding and doing some shit, most of whom aren't even from New York, by the way. That's another thing. New Yorkers think they're the shit just because they live there, just because they're standing on the corner of fucking 52nd and 3rd eating a slice. You know? If I can make it there, I'll make it anywhere. Are you really making it with your dirty fucking sneakers? Standing there outside of Tad's Steaks. You're not doing shit. None of you are. All you fucking pieces of shit. Fucking gathering outside of fucking Port Authority. That's another thing. Oh, man, I'm trashing New York this week. I don't give a fuck. Listen to me. I don't give a fuck. Ooh, Bill, really? Are you being dangerous? It's dangerous to me. El hombre, el dangeroso. Dude, Frank Sinatra's from New Jersey, okay? He was bridge and tunnel. The kind of guy that Paris Hilton wouldn't have fucked in one of her whore nightclubs down there in the meatpacking district if he came in and said, oh, I live in Hoboken. She would have turned a little pointy nose up to the ceiling and walked away in her big fucking Sasquatch feet that she tries to hide by jacking her goddamn fucking ass in the air to eye level. No girls would have banged that guy. But what did he do? He came in there, and he fucking sang a song, and he took over your fucking city the way a bunch of people from other states that you fucking New Yorkers look down on. We come in there all the time. We come in there, and we blow away half the fucking talent in New York because you guys are standing there eating a slice of pizza, looking at the fucking Empire State Building going, oh, it's open all night. You're not doing shit. You don't have a big stage. You have a sorry-ass fucking NBA team. You know, this is how dumb the fucking Knicks are. Isaiah Thomas. There was a league called the CBA that did fine for like 30 fucking years. And then, what's his face? Isaiah Thomas became president of the league. And in like 3-4 years, I don't have the fucking stats. I don't know. 5 years, it went out of business. Okay? I'm not talking about, you know, a winning franchise went to a losing franchise. I'm not talking about a franchise that existed in a city had to move. I'm not even saying the franchise folded. I'm talking about an entire fucking league. He got at the controls. He pushed the yoke forward and just flew the shit right into the goddamn ground. All right? And like Bugs Bunny, he stepped out right before it hit the ground, before any of it got on him. And then the Knicks go, yeah, that's our guy. That's the guy we're going to get to run a fucking NBA franchise. The guy who fucking flew bootleg NBA into the goddamn ground. That's the fucking dude. See, that's why LeBron didn't come. Not because he's afraid of the big stage. You want to know who was afraid of the big stage? Jeff Weaver. Jeff Weaver was afraid of the big stage, okay? But LeBron James is not afraid of the big stage, okay? He could fucking put his nuts on Jeff Weaver's chest and hold him down in the deep end of a fucking pool, all right? He's not afraid of fucking Madison Square Garden. And I also thought it was really fucking ironic that of the 3 emails that I read by New Yorkers, which I'm now judging all of them, they were going like, you know, Miami, that's Dwayne Wade's town. If he goes down there and wins a championship there, nobody's going to respect him. Can you fucking believe a New Yorker had the balls to say that? With the fucking pile-on team that the Yankees have been for the last 12 fucking years? Every goddamn free agent on the fucking planet just clinging to Derek Jeter's leg. Show me how to do it. I want to win one too. Huh? Roger Clemens. That fat buffalo wing-eating jackass. Was it hard up in Toronto, Roger? Then he fucking comes down there and jumps in the fucking limo. The fucking balls of these New York fans to sit there and question somebody piling on another team to go win a fucking championship. I can't even take it. I think I got to drink some throat coat tea. Did I mention that on this podcast? Because I already deleted the other one when I was annoyed with how fucking unfunny I was. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that the ratings for this in New York City are going to be kind of low this week. I got this throat coat tea, which is great if you stand on stage and you don't know how to write a joke and you have to scream your jokes, or even if you like to call your girlfriend a cunt at the top of your lungs. You know, you ever do that and then the next day you want to do it again, but your throat is too tore up, you can't do it? Well, get organic throat coat tea, everybody. You could call your girl a cunt 7 days a week, 365 days a year. That'd be a great commercial, right? Just have the girl crying in the background, sitting down in the fetal position as you're fucking sitting in the fetal position, Bill. Curled up in the fetal position, Bill, you dumb fuck. All right, let's see. What did I do so far in this podcast? I pissed off anyone who isn't from America, or I guess, you know, Americans who are also into soccer. And then I trashed a giant media market. See, right there, Bill, that's why New York is such the big stage, because it's one of the biggest media markets in all of the fucking country. How pathetic are your fucking teams that you got to bring up the level of media in your city? The level of media. Give me a fucking break. 2 championship banners, 1973. Do you know in 1973 the Chevy Vega was considered a sports car? And if you go on the Game Show Network, people lose their fucking minds about that car. You know, and you can win, and then they open the curtain, a brand new Chevy Vega. And these people with their fucking big Greg Brady fucking belt buckles. And their fucking, who's that dude from Knocked Up? Observe and Report. There's Seth Rogen fucking afros. Go absolutely fucking ape shit over a Chevy Vega. That's when you guys won it last. People are dying of old fucking age on that team. Who'd you have on that team? Who are the Knicks, the greats? Who do you got? Bill Bradley? Dude, he became a senator. And then he fucking died. This is what it is. You want to get down to brass tacks here. What's really bugging me is in Boston, we only have 4 sports teams. Okay? We're playing a fucking, we got one bullet in the chamber. And those cunts down there in New York, they're doubled down in 2 out of the 4 fucking sports. Every year, they're splitting fucking aces in 2 different sports. So they pad their stats with championships. But I respect the Yankees. The Yankees are the greatest franchise on all 4 sports. They got the fucking championships. You have to respect it. They got them. And I would never, ever try to act like somebody was afraid to play in Boston because of the media or whatever the fuck, or call it the big stage in Boston. All right? I would never do that out of respect for the fucking Yankees. The fact that they have 20 more fucking championships than we do. Okay? So give me the fucking respect that I deserve as a Boston Celtic fan, that we have 15 more fucking NBA championships than you do. Fucking idiots. The big stage. I'm so sick of these fat, man-titted shitheads with their fucking game-worn jerseys. And they yell shit at players on the field, and they think that they're intimidating them. You know? Like the fact that you got to D up Kobe Bryant that night isn't enough to make you nervous. No, it's the fat fuck with the shaved head in fucking row 58G who's chanting, air ball. They don't care. They don't even fucking hear it. They don't even hear it. LeBron James is not afraid to go to New York. He wanted to win. All right? That's why the fuck he went to Miami. But, and I would really love, and this is the deal, if the fucking Lakers didn't exist, with their stupid T-shirts claiming that the Los Angeles Lakers have fucking 16, because that's what the T-shirt says. It says Los Angeles Lakers 16 championships, not Los Angeles/Minneapolis Lakers. So now I have to become a Miami Heat fan. I really do. But just for the record, dude, I don't like any of this shit. I didn't like the 2008 Boston Celtics. I didn't like that either, where you just go out and just everybody piles on one team. I don't fucking like it. I don't like this age of the super teams. It's I don't know what it is anymore. It's like sports are becoming like what retail stores have become. They're all like these superstores now. There's not like just a regular hardware store. That example I use every podcast. It's always a hardware store with me. I'm a fucking one-trick pony. It's all Walmarts now, Home Depots, Best Buys, all of that type of shit. And I don't know. It's not the same kind of pride like that you had back in the day when you watched Red Auerbach get some unknown center from Golden State, Robert Parrish. Who the fuck knew who he was before he came to the Celtics? And he goes after Kevin McHale. Wasn't a highly touted draft pick. And then Larry Bird, he works on for like 3 fucking years and gets him to come to the Celtics. Like, that was some interesting shit. But nowadays, when you got shit like Kevin McHale, a former Celtic, is working for the Grizzlies, and he gives the fucking Celtics Kevin Garnett for nothing. For nothing. Decimates an entire fucking franchise. The same way Jerry West is fucking working for Memphis and gives the fucking Lakers Pau Gasol for nothing. I mean, it's I don't know. I don't fucking know. And the fact that these fucking Knicks fans are sitting there talking about that guy piling on as the goddamn Yankees are in negotiations to try to get Cliff Lee. Like they don't have enough with fucking Sabathia, A.J. Burnett, Mariano Rivera, fucking Alex Rodriguez, fucking Teixeira, all those guys. I love how the names are fading away because I don't even watch baseball anymore. It's such a fucking stupid goddamn sport. Dude, if the Yankees got Cliff Lee, you might as well just mail them the trophy. You know, and this is what it is. I don't know if I'm just this crabby old man. I'm really trying to find the art in signing all these free agents. Because it just seems to me like whoever has the most fucking money will eventually get most of the best guys. You know, occasionally you lose out on a guy. Occasionally a Cliff Lee will go to the Rangers. You know? Or somebody will pick the fucking Angels, or maybe they'll go to the fucking Red Sox or something like that. But generally speaking, you start with the fucking Yankees, and then it just goes down. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like there's any fucking skill. I just been you know what it is? I'm on my fucking period this week. Half hour of ragging about that shit. Let's get to let's just totally fucking make a left turn here. And somebody asked me for some advice this week. All right, here we go. This is a situation that I think a lot of people, a lot of hombres, can deal with. Let's see here. Hey, Bill, huge fan, love your comedy. Hope this won't get too long. It starts with one of my good friends going out with this girl. They went out for about right off the bat, you know, can't you tell where this is going? This story starts with one of my good friends going out with this girl. They went out for about a year or two on and off. Come on, Bill, focus here. Just try to read this smoothly, all right? Let's start over. It starts with one of my good friends going out with this girl. They went out for about a year or two on and off. Still, though, even when they were together, they were never really good, in quotes. Here we go. They fought basically all the time and just didn't seem right for each other. Oh, Jesus. You know where this is going. During the early stages of their relationship, my friend thought I had a thing for her. Oh, Jesus. She is a good-looking girl. She is a good-looking girl, and I was friends with her before they even got together. Dude, you are so justifying what the fuck you either did or are about ready to do. I love it. They weren't really good for each other. Even when they were together, there was something missing. I actually knew her before he did. Here we go. She is a good-looking girl, and I was friends with her before they were even together. I admit, I might have inadvertently been a little flirty with her sometimes. Oh, I'm sorry. Was I just flirting there? Dude, you have a future at BP. The next time they pollute an entire gulf of a nation that they're not even citizens of, and they need to bring somebody out to stand behind the podium. Dude, this is fucking great. I might have inadvertently been a little flirty with her. How the fuck do you even do that? How do you inadvertently flirt with somebody? Wow, you really look beautiful in that dress. I'll tell you, if you were my girlfriend, I mean, where the fuck do you go with? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, that's right. You're not my girlfriend. I'm sorry. I thought you were my girlfriend for a second. What was I thinking? Jesus Christ, I'm so embarrassed. My face turning red? Oh, my God. I was just inadvertently flirting with you right then. Oh, Jesus. Here we go. And he goes, this is what he says. I might have inadvertently been a little flirty with her sometimes, but that shit always happens with a guy and a girl, I think. Dude, the level of guilt just weighing you down as you're trying to justify all of this. Either way, I told him
I didn't like her, which was true. Dude, stop lying to yourself. Anyways, it passed. However, I always got this feeling that there was still an undertone that he resented me since then. Yeah, probably because of all the inadvertent flirting and the fact that you were emoting that they weren't right for each other. But anyways, let's fast forward, as he says. Fast forward now. They've been broken up for at least a year and don't talk. She says he randomly texts her. Jesus Christ, I can't even fucking read. She says he randomly texts her, but that she doesn't ever answer him. But regardless of that, now this girl likes me. What? Oh my God, I didn't see that coming. Wait a minute. Anyways, but she actually likes me and basically says she wants to fuck. My voice just cracked in the perfect... Says she wants to fuck. Am I getting excited? I need some more throat coat here. And basically says she wants to fuck. She tells me stuff like she wishes she went out with me instead of him to begin with. Now, I do all right with girls, but I don't have them lining up or anything. So I'm not trying to let a virtual sure thing pass me by. Oh, my God. And this is when it's getting Jerry Springer here. With most guys, I'd feel like they'd not care if I went for it, or at least understand why I did. Do you realize what you're saying? I think most guys wouldn't care if their best friend went out and banged their fucking ex-girlfriend within a year of them going out. I think that they'd understand. So anyways, he goes, I think most guys wouldn't understand, but this buddy of mine is a little nuts. And it's also a situation where he's the type of guy that if he were in my position, he'd do the same thing. Oh, dude, you're just justifying. You don't even need my advice. You're going to do it. My other friend who knows the whole situation says I should, but others I've talked to about it say I shouldn't. The last I talked to her, she said she wanted to hang out. Just me and her, and that I should let her know when I want to. All right, I guess this thing's getting kind of long. I have one question. Do I have any justification in fucking this girl? And two, if I do, would you say I should go through with it? Okay. All right, sir. There's just a ton of shit going on here. Okay, right off the bat, you have to be honest with yourself, all right? You weren't inadvertently flirting with this girl. You actually probably liked this girl before this guy even got with her. Or maybe the fact that the guy, your friend, got with her and he was banging her made you all of a sudden interested in her. See, I don't know you as a person. You could be a very sadistic human being. Actually, I'm going to go on a limb and say you're not, because the fact that you actually give a fuck enough to write me and ask whether you should do this, that means you actually have some sort of guilt about it. So you won't get off on banging your fucking best friend's ex-girlfriend. Dude, there's a lot of shit here that could blow up in your face. Okay? In a perfect world, all right, you're a man and you say, you know what? That's not going to be worth the blowback. It's not going to be worth the fucking damage that I'm going to do. This guy's my best friend. Even though he would do it to me, I'm not going to do it to him. And then I also need to stop being friends with this guy, because anybody who would go out and fuck my ex-girlfriend within a year is not truly a friend. I need to get better friends. But despite all that, I'm still not going to do what the fuck he would have done just because he would have done it to me. And you just walk away from the situation and you go out and you chat up some other fucking broads. That is like, if you want to be knighted someday by one of those fucking broads over there in the castle in England, you know, if you want to go over there with Sir Phil Collins looking on and get knighted, that's what the fuck you do. But if you're going to bang this broad, you've already fucked up. Okay? Fucking your best friend's ex-girlfriend, it's like committing a murder. you want as few people involved as humanly possible. I learned that on an episode of Uninformed when we had a cop come in. And me and my co-host, Joe DeRosa, were saying that, we were trying to come up with how to commit the perfect murder. And I remember said, okay, I'd get me and a buddy of mine. He goes, right there, you fucked up. Right there, you fucked up. He goes, the more people you bring in, the bigger chance you have of getting caught, Because you're not going to rat yourself out, but the other guy, if he gets scared, might go down to the police station and try to cop a plea. All right? That's the same shit with this. If you're going to fuck your best friend's ex-girlfriend, you don't go around and ask other friends going, dude, should I do it? You don't. And you already did. All right? And then the other side of it is, I don't know how the two of these people broke up, but, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. And for all you know, this chick might be a fucking psycho. All right? I mean, I think it's a good thing that he's texting her and not the other way around, and that she is not texting him back. Granted, you're taking her word for it, that that's what the situation is. Now, for all you know, it's the reverse. And if it is the reverse, she wants some sort of vengeance, which means she goes out and bangs his best friend. And then, lo and behold, feels guilty the next day and then has to tell him. All right? Just to let you know, that is on the fucking table. If you really want to know whether or not you want to if you want to fucking, I get ahead of myself here. If you want to fuck this girl or not, just go jerk off to her. And after you're done, if you still want to bang her, you want to bang her. And then just fucking man up and deal with the fucking consequences of it. And go out and bang her, because who gives a fuck? Because someday you're going to be 80. And who gives a shit? Or on the other side, if you actually have feelings for this girl, that's a whole, then you should definitely do it. If you actually feel like this girl could be the girl that you're going to spend your life with, then I would definitely say go for it, knowing full well that your friendship with this other guy is going to end. I don't know. So, dude, you know what? It's fucking on you. If you ask me, would I do it? Yeah, I would have. Back in the day, I would have. But now that I'm an older, wiser man, I wouldn't. I would just fucking rub one out to her and then be afterwards going, oh, thank God I didn't fucking do that. Thank God I didn't do that. And I would also fucking not hang out with the other guy. Because any guy friend of mine that would fuck an ex-girlfriend of mine within a fucking year, I wouldn't want to be friends with. Even though I just described all of my friends. Dude, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. You probably shouldn't do it. You shouldn't. Dude, you shouldn't. You should go out and go fucking bang somebody else. You shouldn't. All right? But I feel like a hypocrite because I would. I would. But then again, I'm also a fucking 42-year-old guy who never got married. So you're listening to a complete fucking scumbag here. So, Jesus Christ. This is why I don't have a fucking advice show. Because in my attempt to be honest, I tell you both things. Do it, don't do it. I would, but you shouldn't. Have a nice day. You know what? Let's go to the listeners. I would love to hear from the women because they're going to have on both sides. They're going to have like, you shouldn't do that. That's your friend. And then they're also going to be mad on some level. Like, why do guys feel like they own somebody just because they used to go out with them? Because we're territorial. We're territorial that way. And you have to understand that whoever you've banged in your life as a female, for the rest of your life, that pussy's not yours anymore. It belongs to him. And you can say it's yours. It isn't because he fucked it. All right. You know what? I feel like, there wasn't enough ignorance on this podcast, so I feel like I had to just say something stupid like that. But that's how guys work. And I didn't even ask you this. Is your best friend, is he bigger than you are physically? Can he beat you down? Does he take jiu-jitsu classes? Has he ever had any murderous thoughts that he divulge to you at a night of drinking too many tequila shots, and you see an A&E darker side of him. There's a whole bunch of shit. Oh, this is what you got to do. This is what you got to do. Go out and get yourself a fucking pimp hat. All right? And this is what you have to do. You got to go to this girl, and you just got to lay it on the fucking table. That's what you got to do. You just got to be honest with her and just say, look, sweetheart, I have wanted to fuck you since 2006. No, you don't say that. But basically, you finesse your way into that. You got to tell her that you've wanted to hook up with her. And the only reason why you didn't, this is the deal. All right, well, we had a little technical difficulty there. I left you hanging. Sorry about that. The batteries just died. I was right in the middle of trying to tell this dude how we could go out and bang this girl. Now I got to fucking stick this into the goddamn garage band and splice it together, which I already did at this point, so why even bitch about it when you're listening to this fucking thing? All right. Let me wrap this goddamn podcast up by telling this kid how to go out and fuck his best friend's ex-girlfriend. All right, this is what you do. You gotta have a talk with this girl before you do it. Don't just go over there and just fucking sneak over there, with this nervous excitement. Fucking rail this girl. Bust your nut and then realize, oh my God, I have no fucking feelings for this girl. And then, risking that she'll then, be resentful. All the bullshit I said on the first fucking installment of this goddamn podcast. This is what you got to do. You got to fucking get everything out in the open. All right? And fucking let her convince you that it's the right fucking thing to do. And get her to say that she ain't going to say shit. All right? Get her to say that. And when she says she's not going to say shit, you have to read her. All right? Like a fucking seasoned goddamn pro. The 27 fucking pantomimes of lying, whatever that fucking goddamn movie was. True Romance. You got to look at her and you have to make a fucking assessment if this girl can keep her fucking mouth shut. By presenting these scenarios, look, I'm going to get worried that tomorrow, what if you're going to wake up feeling guilty and then you have to confess to him? I'm not going to feel guilty. Yeah, you are. You're just fucking, I don't know. I'm really giving you shit advice, dude. I'm trying to give you a fucking scumbag way to go out and go do this shit. Just like, I don't know. I'm fucking bad at this, man. I have to be in the moment. What the fuck dirtbag goddamn thing would I be saying? All right, this is what you do. You don't go over a fucking... This is what you do. Don't go over a goddamn place. See, this is the hard thing. Now you got to go out. You got to meet her in public. Okay? So there's no sexual fucking tension that you can act on. All right? So your dick won't be like, dude, she's fine. She's not lying. She's not lying. She's going to be cool. What you have to do is you got to meet in a public place, but then people can see you. See, dude, this is it's a tough one. Tell you what, dude, if you can actually fucking pull this off, why don't you write me back and tell me how the fuck you did it? I remember a long time ago, I was in the beginning of a relationship and I was still banging this other psycho on the side, and like a dirtbag, And I remember there was going to be a point where the two of them were going to be at the same fucking place. So I just dealt with it. Was it before we hooked up? I just said, look, I got to be honest with you. This girl I'm coming down with, we're new. I'm starting to have feelings for her. All right? I told her that I cleaned up everything on the side, which I haven't with you. So I need you to not act weird when I fucking come down there if I don't, if I'm not saying hello to you. Okay? That was before I hooked up with her. She's like, fine. And then she went down there, and then she did act cool, because in her head, she was probably holding out, like, maybe if I act cool, he'll see how fucking cool I am, and then he'll want to be with me and not this other bitch. And meanwhile, I fucking got away with it. And you know what? A part of me died. Another fucking chunk of my soul came out. It's a dirty fucking game. It's a dirty goddamn game. I'm a piece of shit. Don't fucking listen to me. All right. What else do we got this week? But by the way, dude, now that I've talked about it for 10 fucking minutes, you got to write us back and let us know what happened. All right? You know, I realized this might be like one of those stupid Hollywood movies. And then I realized that's not the person I wanted to be. Dude, if you do that, I don't want to fucking hear it. But if you do the dirty bullshit, I want to hear about it. Would I be the worst fucking life coach ever? All right, here's a segment, Corporate Cunts. Hey, Bill, for someone who flies as much as you do, can you take a shot at explaining the logic behind why a one-way ticket almost costs more than a round trip? For domestic flights, maybe this isn't a problem. However, I'm flying from Europe at the end of the month on a one-way ticket, and it costs 1.5 times more than a round-trip ticket. And I immediately said, well, why don't you buy the round-trip ticket? And he addresses this immediately and says, and if the airline company can prove that I purchased a round-trip ticket with the intent of not using the return for the flight, they can legally charge for the price difference between the fares. What the fuck? Is this normal business practice? I hate to tell you it, but it is. Because that's how corrupt our fucking government is. That's how powerful corporations are around the fucking world. They do whatever they want to do. And they have this thing where every quarter they have to show a profit. All right? Actually, they have to show more of a profit than the previous quarter. They can't even just have the same amount of profit. It's not enough. And basically, they've legally run out of ways to create revenue streams. So what they're doing now is they're just stealing. They're stealing from people. All right? If you have a one-way ticket, that means you're going home or you're starting a new life, and you want to get the fuck out of where you're at. So that's why they know that they can charge you a ton of fucking money. All right? And then, well, what if somebody buys a round-trip ticket? Then we'll just write this little bill here, and we'll have the senator who we fucking paid for his goddamn campaign help push it through. Isn't that how it works? They just call this senator? I don't know anything. Yeah, no, it's a piece of shit thing. So what you got to do is you have to vandalize the airplane. All right? Do something to vandalize the fucking airplane. Now, they don't even do that because all they're going to do is just pass that expense on to us. This is what you have to do. You have to find out who it is that came up with that, who created that, who was the lobbyist who pushed that thing through, how that somehow became legal. You got to find out where they live, and then you got to tail them the whole fucking week. Get their patterns down. Figure out when they go to the goddamn gym. All right? Borrow a pair of pantyhose from your fucking girlfriend. Put it over your head. Hide in some shrubs. And when that dude comes walking out of the gym with that fucking towel around his neck, you just blast him right in the face. And then you fucking choke him with it. And you choke him and you mush his face into the mulch. And you'd be like, that's for the one-way ticket from fucking Holland back to the States, you cunt. And then you get in your fucking Ford Festiva and you drive away. That's the only way to get back at him. And if you do that, I'll give you a free DVD. Underrated, overrated for the week. Underrated, the movie Waiting. It's all about the world of restaurant, waiters, cooks, etc. It's funny, honest, and quite gross. I imagine it is because I've worked in a couple of fucking restaurants, and the shit that goes on, you know, the shit that you'll do when you're not cooking for a family member is really, it's staggering. I'll leave it at that. Overrated. This is pretty bitter, but anyways, when you watch the special features on a DVD, and there's always the making of feature, far too many of these features, including the movie Waiting that I just recommended, have the actors and the directors jokingly calling others on the film useless, awful, amateurish, etc. They'll talk about how the whole film is a disaster, and we'll go straight to video. Get it? They don't really mean it. They're joking around. LOL, LOL. See, I told you it was a bitter one. Yeah, I guess, you know, I kind of understand. I mean, how many times can you just sit there and go, Ashton Kutcher was absolutely brilliant in Madam of the Butterfly, or the Butterfly Effect, whatever the fuck it was called. That scene, his reaction here is right up with Bruce Willis in Die Hard Part 3, when he turns around and looks at the green screen and pretends to be looking at a jumbo jet. It was absolutely some of the best acting. I mean, how long could you listen to that? So they got to make fun of themselves. I would go with arrogance. I would just talk about my scenes and how fucking amazing I am while I was pointing out the dumb shit that I did in it. YouTube videos for the week. And, dude, I'm going to tell you, man, I think I'm recommending, or at least the listeners of my podcast, we're recommending some of the funniest and best fucking YouTube videos out there. How great were those YouTube videos last week, you know? All right, here's one. Duck face song. Search duck face song, like quack, quack. Duck face song. This is an amazing one. Search fake yo-yo trickster fools every TV station everywhere. I mean, granted, it could have been shorter, but fake yo-yo trickster fools every TV station everywhere. This is hilarious. This guy goes on and he claims to be a yo-yo champion, and he actually sucks at it. And he talks all this shit, and then he goes on there and he can't pull off any tricks, and he just stands there and leaves the morning news guy with the awkwardness of him completely failing and not handling the failing and just leaving it in the lap of the reporter, and it's fucking awesome. Here's one for all you kids, and I'm going to use the young kid word. This one is epic. This one isn't on YouTube. This is how cutting edge the Monday Morning Podcast is. Go to www.everythingisterrible.com and then search for the video, This is Hip Hop. And it's awesome. It's a fucking white lady soccer mom, you know, and she's going to let you know what time it is. I'm going to leave it at that. Everythingisterrible.com. A couple more. For all you Knicks fans out there who are licking your wounds, go search LeBron James decision interview parody. I think you'll enjoy that one immensely. For all you death metal fans who have a sense of humor, and because this one really hinges on actually knowing the song, there's a band called Cannibal Corpse, and the name of the song is Hammer Smash Face. And if you don't already know that song, I suggest you listen to it first. Listen to Cannibal Corpse, Hammer Smash Face for as long as you can, unless you're a death metal fan, and then you'll love it, or a fan of comedy. And then go to search Cannibal Corpse, Hammer Smash Face Disney radio version. Some fucking genius out there basically, you know, I guess death metal's a lot of, like, I don't know, the darker chords, and he turned them all, plays the same chord but in a major chord, which are the happier ones. And then he sings the song with the same lyrics. It's fucking great. And that is it. You know what I didn't bring up, aside from hyping the mmpodcast.com, is and all of this LeBron shit, I didn't really bring up, like, the fans of fucking Cleveland and yet another fucking blow that those people have to take. I mean, it's brutal. Between the industry leaving that town and then all, you know, CC Sabathia, he ended up going to New York. Manny Ramirez went to Boston. Jim Tomei went to Philly. I mean, they had the team. And now they finally get, like, fucking arguably, I would say, the next Kobe-level player. He's got a way to go, but the next Kobe-level player in LeBron James gave him a reason to go to the downtown area. It sucks. It sucks because downtown Cleveland, if you really look at the buildings, if you can look past the scary homeless people and really look at the buildings, it's beautiful. It's just that, you know, getting back to these corporate cunts, they just pulled up stakes and they left because they were sick of paying people a fair wage, and they were sick of having to pay for health insurance, and they wanted to have some 8-year-old go put the fucking grill on a goddamn fucking Caprice Classic. I don't fucking know. Same thing with Detroit. All those cities, Buffalo, all of them. If you look at them, the buildings, they're beautiful cities, and you can see what they used to be, and it's a fucking shame. I don't know. I don't know how to bring them back. You know, buy American. Which is why I'm going to get the fucking Challenger. Okay? And if I find out that it's actually put together down in fucking Honduras, I'm going to be fucking pissed. All right? El Challenger is Dodge, no put together in fucking whatever the fucking thing is. I'm going to learn Spanish, goddammit. And I'm going to have 2 podcasts. I'll have one in fucking Anglais and one in fucking Espanol. Wouldn't that be great? Then I could actually trash people in their native language about how much soccer is fucking boring. All right, that's the podcast for this week. Once again, thanks for everybody contributing. Please visit the mmpodcast.com. If you don't want to search YouTube, it's a fucking pain in the ass. Or then you got to go to everythingisterrible.com. If you just want them all in a nice, neat little package, like those little fucking things, when your girl's got a birthday, and you just go down to the spa and you get her little fucking fancy soaps and everything. We got YouTube videos packaged just like that with a nice little bow on them, and all the references that I make, like Bill Bradley and all that bullshit. Go to the mmpodcast.com. I'm going to be at the Montreal Comedy Festival this week. I'll be doing David Letterman next week, but that's neither here nor there because I'll be doing a podcast next Monday before I tape it anyway, so I can talk to you guys about what it's like to be sitting around the day of doing a David Letterman spot. That is it. God bless you. I'll talk to you later.